Full of pride, 50 years ago this weekend, the first gay pride marches were held in New York City. Fox 5's Sharon Crowley spoke to two people who took part in the historic event.
Having to lie, I feel, is the saddest and the ugliest part of being a homosexual. When you have your first bad love experience, for instance, and you can't go to your brother or your sister and say, I'm hurting.
You're watching a documentary that captures the first gay liberation march in New York City on June 28, 1970.
And I've just rejected the mold, and when I rejected the mold, I was happier.
Those first demonstrators left Greenwich Village. Block by block, the group grew larger, ultimately making it to Central Park.
There had never been such a large group of LGBT people to leave the village and march across town all the way to Central Park, 50 blocks long, to show visibility and that we were out loud and proud of who we were. In 1970, that was unusual.
Mark Siegel is a pioneer of the gay rights movement, and in 1970, he was the grand marshal of that very first march.
And I got chills down my back. And had a feeling of joy to realize that we had really, in this first year between Stonewall and Gay Pride, created a really existing LGBT movement.
There is a lot for the LGBTQ community to celebrate.
Activist and author Carla Jay was just 22 years old in 1970. She remembers the beginning of the movement like it was yesterday.
I was 22 years old at the time of the Stonewall Uprising. We could not even hold hands in public, let alone consider getting married.
These activists say they can identify with the social and civil unrest on the streets of New York City now. They urge those demonstrating against police brutality to learn a lesson from their activism. Creating real change, they say, takes persistence and patience.
And I think it was the showing that we'll really make it.
Sharon Crowley, Fox 5 News.